This is the Planning and Zoning Board meeting of the City of Boca Raton. It is 6 o'clock, and let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Jamie, would you please call the roll?
Chair Savelle is absent. Mr. Salon?
Here.
Ms. Ritchie?
Here.
Ms. McDermott?
Here.
Mr. Mitchell? Mr. Morgan?
Here.
And Mr. Dornblaser?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. We have a new member, Chaim Morgan, here tonight. I want to welcome you to the board and hope it's a worthwhile and rewarding experience as it is for us.
Thank you, and thank you for having me here. Looking forward to serving.
Thank you. Are there any amendments to the agenda? No? There are no minutes. Would the board attorney please explain the rules relating to quasi-judicial meetings?
Good evening, Mr. Chair and members of the board. Chris Fernandez, Assistant City Attorney. The rules of the City Council provide that each applicant requesting approval, relief, or other action from the Planning and Zoning Board this evening shall disclose at the commencement or continuance of the public hearing any consideration or payment provided or committed directly or on its behalf for an agreement to support or withhold objection to the requested relief or action. A copy of the quasi-judicial rules governing tonight's public hearing are attached to the agenda and are available from the City Clerk.
Thank you very much. Jamie, would you please swear in anyone who wishes to speak to the board tonight?
Yes. Anyone wishing to speak, please stand and raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm any testimony you give at this public hearing will be truthful and accurate? Thank you.
Okay, very good. Jamie, would you read item 5A, Boca Raton Christian School, into the record?
Boca Raton Christian School, 314 Northwest 4th Street. One is a resolution of the City of Boca Raton considering for the Boca Raton Christian School an approximately 19.84 acre property generally located at 470 Northwest 4th Avenue. One, an amended and restated conditional use approval consolidating City Council Resolution numbers 309-77, 19-79, 97-80, 52-93, 82-95, and 93-2008. And two, a conditional use amendment to increase the student enrollment from 800 students to 950 students in the single-family residential R1D and multifamily residential R3 and R4 zoning districts, providing for repealer, providing an effective date. And two is a resolution of the City of Boca Raton considering for the Boca Raton Christian School an approximately 19.84 acre property generally located at 470 Northwest 4th Avenue, 5 technical deviations from Section 23-190D Code of Ordinances as follows. 1, for an existing driveway on Northwest 4th Avenue to reduce the required driveway reservoir distance from 100 feet to 25 feet. 2, for an existing driveway on Crawford Boulevard to reduce in the required driveway reservoir distance from 100 feet to 15 feet, eliminate a required 4-foot wide median separator, and to reduce the required number of egress lanes from 2 to 1. And 2, for an existing driveway on Northwest 7th Street to reduce the required driveway reservoir distance from 100 feet to 40 feet, providing for repeal or providing an effective date.
Thank you, Jamie. Items 5A1 and 5A2 will be conducted contemporaneously, but we will hold a separate vote on each item at the conclusion. Let's start with any ex parte communications. Mr. Dornblaser?
None.
None.
Ms. Ritchie? Okay.
None.
Ms. McDermott? Mr.
None.
Morgan?
None.
I had a brief phone call with Bonnie Miskell earlier today regarding this item. All right, Mr. Chairman, are you ready to provide a presentation?
Good evening, Chair and board members. My name is Jacob Gurman, Planner 2 for the city, and I'll be presenting the Boca Raton Christian School located at 470 Northwest 4th Ave. The applicant is requesting a conditional use amendment to increase the student enrollment from 800 students to 950 students. together with 5 technical deviations from Section 23-190D for driveway design to not modify the existing driveways. This application does not include approval for any new buildings or other structures. The Boca Raton Christian School is located on an approximately 19.841 acre property that consists of 4 distinct parcels. The project is located approximately 1,100 feet north of Palmetto Park Road and approximately 700 feet west of Northwest 2nd Ave. The property is owned multifamily R3 and R4 and single-family residential R1D and has a future land use designation of institutional and residential low. During the review of this application, staff reviewed the school's master plan and Phase 1 site plan that was approved in 2008. The master plan included the following condition of approval, where the master plan shall limit the general location, number, and use of all facilities on the property. Site plan approval from the Planning and Zoning Board shall be required for all phases of development on the property, which includes concurrency approval from Palm Beach County and a site-specific traffic study acceptable to the city staff, in addition to all other applicable permits and approvals. Each phase of development shall be required to stand on its own merit pursuant to all requirements of city code. Staff determined that a majority of the improvements authorized under this Phase 1 site plan were not completed, which included major additions to the recreational athletic center, ministry center, school, driveways, sidewalks, etc., and therefore determined that the Phase 1 site plan cannot stand on its own merit pursuant to all requirements of city code, which included the increase to student enrollment. Staff determined that since the plan was not vested due to lack of improvements completed, the school had reverted back to the conditional use approval from 1994 that included total student enrollment. Therefore, because the maximum of 900 students approved with the Phase 1 site plan is not vested, the current maximum number of students is 800. The master plan included a Phase 2, which included enrollment numbers that approved up to 950 students. However, while a Phase 2 site plan for the master plan was submitted in 2011, the plan was subsequently withdrawn and not approved. So there are no physical improvements associated with this application, and no additional parking is required due to the increase in student enrollment. All physical improvements to be completed were included as part of a recently approved minor site plan amendment, SPA 2408A, approved administratively on December 13th, 2024. This minor site plan amendment granted was to install 2 modular buildings on the property, and the applicant indicated with the addition of these 2 modular buildings that student enrollment could increase its capacity to approximately 895 students, an increase of 107 students from its current capacity of 788 students. The conditional use would allow the applicant to make future expansions to either add or amend existing facilities without having to amend the conditional use at that time. The applicant has requested 5 technical deviations from Section 23-190D for 3 existing driveway entrances located at Northwest 4th Ave, Crawford Boulevard, and Northwest 7th Street. None of these driveway entrances are proposed to be modified with this application. However, due to the proposed increase in student enrollment, these driveway entrances do not meet the current standards for major driveways. Major driveways are required to have a minimum driveway reservoir distance of 100 feet, a 14-foot ingress lane, a 4-foot wide median separator, and 2 12-foot wide egress lanes, and a 30-foot turning radius located on collector or local roadways. The requested technical deviations proposed are to not modify these existing driveways. Northwest 4th Ave is a full access major driveway during the weekday peak hours of the school and is primarily used as an exit for parents dropping off students in the morning and picking up students in the evening. It is limited by the use of traffic cones and school staff to redirect traffic. This driveway is open for 2-way traffic during off-peak hours. The driveway currently does not meet the driveway reservoir distance, where 100 feet is required, but only 25 is provided. Crawford Boulevard is another full access major driveway during the weekday peak hours of the school. The driveway is primarily used as an entrance for dropping off students in the morning and picking them up in the afternoon. And there is expected to be no operational conflict between incoming and outgoing vehicles here. The driveway does not currently meet the requirements for driveway reservoir distance, egress lanes, and a median separator, where 100-foot reservoir distance A 4-foot wide median separator and two 12-foot wide egress lanes are required, but only a 25-foot reservoir distance, no median separator, and one egress lane are provided. Northwest 7th Street is a full access major driveway during the weekend on Sunday and is an intermediate driveway during the week. The driveway currently does not meet the standards for a major driveway where 100 feet is required and only 40 is provided. This driveway meets all the requirements for an intermediate driveway during the week. The image above depicts the school's queuing plan, which shows the space for spillover that can be contained on site. The school operates with staggered pickup and drop-off times. Pursuant to city requirements, 52 stacking spaces for student pickup and drop-off are required, with 1,040 feet of queuing length. The applicant has provided 117 stacking spaces with 2,350 feet of queuing length, with two separate stacking lanes for any spillover. And then the applicant states in the traffic study that the appropriate pavement markings, traffic control devices, and staffing are in place during pickup and drop-off times, and a condition of approval has been included accompanying the conditional use resolution to ensure that these items continue to be in place to ensure student safety during those times. During the analysis of this application, staff found that the project is consistent and compatible with the city's comprehensive plan, that the project will increase student enrollment by 150 students. The school's pickup and drop-off queues can be contained within the school's property, and that the church's highest peak volume only occurs once a week on Sunday. The Development Service Department recommends approval of the conditional use application and technical deviations. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Are there any questions for staff? Mr. Morgan?
None, thank you.
Ms. McDermott?
I would just like to see if, remind staff to keep in mind that as we get a clearer understanding of the plans for the downtown campus, just to make sure that whatever we are approving for Boca Christian, we've factored in, since it's right abutting.
Okay, anything else? Okay, thank you. Ms. Ritchie? No questions. Mr. Dornblaser?
No questions.
And the chair has no questions. Would the applicant like to come up and make a presentation?
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Bonnie Miskell here on behalf of the applicant, the Boca Raton Christian School. We do have a presentation, although honestly, I think almost everything that Jacob's shown is contained in that. So we'll leave it up to the board as to whether they'd like us to do a complete presentation. We are joined this evening by Len Visser, who is the head of schools, our architect, Juliet Schiff, John Donaldson, and a number of the rest of the team to answer questions should you have them. So if you'd like us to go through our full presentation, we're happy to do so. We'll leave it up to the board.
Okay, and Ms. Miskell,
I won't be offended, by the way.
I neglected to tell you to give us your address.
Yes, 14 Southeast 4th Street, Boca Raton, Florida.
Thank you, Ms. Miskell. It doesn't appear another presentation is required.
Okay, well, we're happy to answer any questions should you have them. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Are there any members of the public that would wish to discuss this item? No? Okay, so we're going to close the public hearing. I'm going to ask for a motion on this item and a second.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Very good. Any discussion? Jamie, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Salon?
Yes.
Mr. Morgan?
Yes.
Mr. Dornblaser?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott?
Yes.
And Ms. Ritchie?
Yes.
Pass 5-0.
Very good. Is there a director's report, Mr. Shad?
I think you have to vote on the second part.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
There's a
My
second
mistake.
motion, yes.
Motion
All
to
right.
approve.
Second?
On the second part, Jamie, would you please call the roll?
Yes. Mr. Morgan?
Yes.
Mr. Dornblaser?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott?
Yes.
Ms. Ritchie?
Yes.
And Mr. Salon?
Yes.
Pass 5-0.
There you go. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Ritchie. Mr. Shad, are you ready with that report?
I have no report.
Are there any member reports? Seeing none, we are concluded at 7:17.
6.